So you wonder what went down in the room where the selection committee made these decisions. For more on that, we send it over to Adam Zucker, who's sitting with Coach Lapis, ready to welcome a guy that was in that room. Right, Adam?
Well, that's right, Greg. He was in the room, and next year he was going to be the chair of the selection committee. He just finished up his stint as BCS coordinator. He's also the SEC commissioner. And as we welcome Mike Slive, who's had a crazy few days. Mr. Slive, I know you've been in and out of that room in Indianapolis, but also the darlings so far of the postseason, the Georgia Bulldogs. What was it like trying to coordinate what was happening in Atlanta after the tornado, as well as what was happening there in the selection committee?
Well, Adam, it was quite a night. We were all sitting, we had all taken a break from the committee room, and we were watching the games on television, and all of a sudden we saw all the activity on the screen at the Georgia Dome, and followed it. Then we got on the phone, and we realized that we were now in a situation with a significant damage in the city of Atlanta, and we made some decisions, and working with the NCAA staff and our staff, actually, we were up all night, and about 4:30 in the morning, we made the final decision. We had athletic directors and coaches and administrators, and we made a final decision to move the tournament to Georgia Tech and to play it and do the best we could, given all the issues, and I'm so proud of our people. To put the games on, and then for Georgia to do what they did, and Coach Lapis will appreciate this, to play 3 games in about 27 hours and to win the tournament and get into this tournament it's a fantastic story, and probably one of the great moments in the history of the Southeastern Conference.
Mike, this is Steve Lapis. No, it's one of the great stories in the history of college basketball, in my opinion. But, you know, I saw Dennis Felton interviewed yesterday. He wasn't happy about the situation. But truthfully, what else could you have done?
Well, I don't think there's much else we could have done, Coach. The only other thing we could have done, which would not have been very, very good for Georgia, would have been not to play the tournament, because you know, Georgia did not have a great year, and that's one of the great things about a year-ending tournament in a conference. It gives everybody a shot. It's really the beginning of the NCAA tournament. So I know Coach Felton wasn't happy the other day, but my guess is he's pretty happy tonight.
And, Mike, you talked about all the late nights that you've had recently, but with Georgia on the court with a 3:30 tip-off and even Illinois potentially getting an automatic bid out of the Big Ten, how did those 2 games delay the selection process? How many contingencies were in effect there?
Well, we had about 5 contingency plans, Adam, and the NCAA staff with Greg Shaheen and Tom Jurgensen do a phenomenal job, and we worked the bracketing right down till about 5:30 or 5:40, and had 5 different plans, and then as soon as the games were over, then we were able to move and finalize the process. But it made for a very interesting afternoon.
Mike, I'm sure Dennis Felton is not going to complain, but as a 14 seed, they're probably one of the lowest at-large seeds ever. Why so low? Even though I understand they didn't have a great year, they still won the SEC tournament.
Well, Coach, let me remind you about our process and procedures, that any time an SEC team is discussed, whether it be in selection or seeding or bracketing, then I have to leave the room. So with regard to your question, I'm really not able to shed any light on it, other than I walked back in the room and I was told exactly where they placed, and that's the way the committee works. It's a long-time culture of the committee, and it's the right way to do it.
Well, Commissioner Slive, in and out of the room for the last 48 hours. Get some rest, and good luck in the big chair as chair next year.
Thank you very much, Adam. Coach, nice to talk to you.
Thank you.